Hey guys, back again with some more Evolve gameplay footage. And the topic that I wanted to talk about today is in relation to the Steam discussion boards for Evolve relating to the Hunters. Both reviews and posts on the forums are claiming that the revamping of the dome usage for all Hunters and the Orbital scanner for the Trapper is considered overpowered. There's only a small minority that are claiming this, but I thought it was interesting enough to make a video on, so here it is basically. To a degree, I can see where they're coming from by saying this. However, it's definitely not OP, and I think it's both healthy for the trackers and the monsters to have this in the game, as it increases the speed of the gameplay in the matches, and it stops random, pointless searching. Before the Orbital tracker was placed into the game, footprints and birds were the only consistent way of tracking the monster's movements. And before the changes, the birds could also appear while the monster was feeding on a kill, which was rather inconsistent and random, and which can often be frustrating as it was something that was not within the player's control on the monster's side. Maggie was considered one of the best trappers, as Daisy would follow the trail of the monster, which was significantly better than Griff's sensors, which relied on prediction and luck. And even more so against Abe, he lacked any tracking ability other than his darts. But to use them, he would have to first find the monster, which could be a challenge on its own. In regards to all the hunters using domes, I think it's much better than only the trapper using it. Before the changes, it was much more common for the hunters to spread out and search. If anyone but the trapper found the monster, if they had no slowing abilities, the monster could easily just escape, which was frustrating and unrewarding for the players who found them. Each player having a dome gives the others a chance to catch up. This isn't overpowered though, since the dome timer is significantly reduced if the monster can incapacitate the hunter and escape if they are too far from the group. And before the changes, if the trapper was incapacitated, the dome would go down, which meant that the trapper couldn't get involved in the fight. This made the trapper a prime target for the monster, resulting in the trapper finding himself getting bullied in the game. And this was consistent game after game after game. This meant that the gameplay for the trapper itself was unfun, and also that he couldn't compete, which made it more of a 3v1 when the monster became domed. In conclusion, even though any hunter can trap the monster only needs to down one of the hunters, not just specifically the trapper. This benefits the monster as it makes it much easier for them to escape the dome, but also it allows the trapper to have a lot more freedom and a lot more enjoyment in the game, as they aren't going to be aggressively hunted when the dome is around the monster. And that's basically all I wanted to mention on the topic itself. Goody goody. Alright, I had a script basically for this video. It's probably the reason why I sound a lot more like a robot and I sounded a bit more slower. I just want to have a little bit more consistency, because even though I don't particularly think my last video was bad, it had a lot of stuttering, and I do this horrible thing which everyone does when they're usually recording or presenting something, where they just go and I'm going to be completely honest, I'm just not that good with audio editing. I don't think I really have the software for it either, which, you know, I probably need to get that quite badly, but I'm only currently working with Windows Movie Maker, which, you know, if anyone's had to fuck around with that when they were at school, you're gonna know firsthand that it is not the best thing if you're trying to do anything professional, or, you know, at the very least looks decent. But oh well, you know, make do with what you have. That's all you can really do, I suppose. But yeah, on the topic itself, I did find it quite interesting, as I did stated previously. I thought it was just important to touch up on, because people get too weighed in on this fact that adding something new is overpowered or it's broken. And the thing is, by comparison to the old, it will be. If you make a change with one party versus the other party, by making one stronger, you make the other one weaker by effect. And with these changes which have been made with the Orbital tracker, and also all hunters being able to dome, the monster has a lot less freedom, and the stealth gameplay that was previously around has kind of been removed. Back in the day, well, I say back in the day like it was only a year ago, but regardless, about a year ago, there was two kind of main playstyles of the monster. There was the really aggressive playstyle, which is just often seen today, and there was also the one where they would be stealthy and try and trick the hunters. After they loaded into the game, they would run in one direction, leaving marks, but then they would crouch and then go back on themselves. This meant that the hunters were following a false lead and wouldn't find any tracks for a long time, unless they checked behind them, where the monster was often be only a couple of feet away. I do think this change, or these changes rather, is negative on that, and for people who do want to play stealthy, which I do have some sympathy for and can understand why they would want to voice their opinion. But the problem is that this gameplay style is far too easy, especially with the equipment that the trackers had previously. It was a lot harder to find the monster. And you can kill a stage 3 monster, but if they have any sense of what they're doing and have picked the right abilities, they can easily just wipe out your team. So it's very important to get that early damage in. Even if they do hit rank 3, the permanent health damage can make all of the difference between winning and losing. There's so many matches which are just clutch, and it comes down to the monster getting one more swipe on the last standing hunter, as well as the monster just having a trickling amount of health left, and everyone's just slowly blazing them down with his pistols. It's just, there's so many clutch moments, and the hunters have definitely had a weaker presence in this Hunter v Monster setup. I think it's good that they've made changes to make the hunters a lot more relevant and give them a lot more abilities and a lot more kit and utility to get around the map, and obviously get more of a feel of where the monster actually is. Faster gameplay is much better. If the monster can hide, it's pretty cool. You know, hiding, being stealthy. You know, it's skillful. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not taking away from what it is. But the problem is that the hunters are just running around in circles, and it's not fun for them. I've had plenty of games where hunters have just quit because the monsters just can't be found. And for the monster, it may be fun for them to be stealthy and, you know, gradually level up and stuff. It's slower and it's just less enjoyable. I think a lot of people would have a lot more fun going on a blaze of glory than just sneaking around for the entire map, get to stage 3 and then just obliterating the team. I mean, if you can do that and they just can't catch you even when you are being aggressive and being more obvious, then, you know, fair enough. You'll just have to go against a team that's hopefully, you know, better next time. But regardless, that was a bit of a ramble. Yeah, making a bit of mistakes now because I've made so many when I was recording it previously. I'm definitely going to be making a video where I've just put all of my fuck-ups in one of them, and trust me, there's going to be a lot of fuck-ups. But I'm starting to come towards the end of the footage now, so I better not ramble too much. So, anyway guys, I'm sorry if I did sound like a lot more like a robot than I did previously, but I did want to have a bit more consistency to my video. If anyone's seen this video and my last video, please let me know in the comments if it was better or worse with the kind of scripting or not. But regardless, thanks for watching the video, and hopefully I'll see you guys later.